I never imagined that something as simple as walking could change my life. At 57, I thought my body was slowing down, and there wasn't much I could do about it. But I started walking every morning, and it surprised me how quickly I felt the difference. My legs became stronger, my energy returned, and even my mood lifted. Walking isn't just exercise, it's a little miracle I didn't see coming. When I first started walking daily, I thought it would be just another routine I might give up on. I had tried so many things before, from yoga to dieting, and nothing seemed to stick. But walking felt different. I could do it anywhere, no equipment needed, and it didn't hurt my knees like high-impact workouts used to. The first few days, I barely noticed much change, but slowly things began to shift. I realized my legs were stronger. Climbing stairs stopped feeling like a challenge, and I wasn't afraid of tripping or losing my balance anymore. My friends even commented on how I stood taller and seemed more confident. It's funny because walking works muscles you forget exist: the calves, the glutes, even your core. These are muscles that support every step, and with time I felt them coming alive again. My heart thanked me too. Walking increased my stamina, and my breathing became easier. Even when I felt tired, a short walk gave me an energy boost that lasted hours. My blood pressure stabilized and I felt my circulation improving. It's amazing how something so simple can strengthen your heart and reduce risks that often worry women our age, like heart disease or diabetes. Another change I noticed was my weight. After menopause, it's so easy to gain a few pounds here and there, especially around the belly. Walking helped me maintain a healthier weight without drastic diets or exhausting workouts. My muscles stayed firm, my posture improved, and I even felt my bones getting stronger. I learned that walking is a weight-bearing activity, which is crucial to keep bones dense and prevent osteoporosis. I also noticed my joints felt less stiff. I stretched lightly after every walk, and now I move with more ease than I expected at 57. Even small movements like reaching for something on a shelf or bending to pick up groceries feel effortless. Walking has become my daily ritual, my way of caring for myself, and a gentle reminder that it's never too late to invest in my health. Now, walking is not just something I do, it's part of who I am. It's how I reclaim strength, energy, and confidence one step at a time. And honestly, I can't imagine my mornings without it anymore. When I first started walking regularly, I expected the changes to be only physical. I never imagined how much it would transform my mind. At 57, life feels heavier in some ways. The stress of family, work, and daily responsibilities can weigh you down. I used to feel my thoughts racing constantly, worrying about everything from health issues to whether I was doing enough. But walking quietly, step by step, became a way to calm that noise. There's something about the rhythm of your feet hitting the pavement, the air filling your lungs, and the steady pace that gives your mind room to breathe. I noticed that after a few weeks, I started thinking more clearly. Problems that seemed overwhelming during the day now felt manageable. My focus improved, and I could plan my days without feeling anxious or scattered. Walking became like a moving meditation, a chance to process thoughts without distractions. I also discovered that walking helped me handle stress better. Life after 50 can be unpredictable. Unexpected health concerns, family challenges, even just feeling overlooked at work or in social situations. I noticed that after a brisk 30-minute walk, I reacted to difficulties with more patience. My temper didn't flare as quickly, and I felt calmer when facing challenges. It's as if my mind found a natural reset button every morning, helping me approach my day with a fresh perspective. Another surprising effect was on my memory. I used to forget small things like appointments or where I placed my keys. Walking increased my alertness and mental clarity. I began to feel sharper, able to remember details more easily, and even my problem-solving skills improved. I realized that the increased blood flow and oxygen to my brain from walking wasn't just helping my heart or legs. It was nourishing my mind too. It's amazing how interconnected our body and brain are. But perhaps the most profound change was emotional. Walking gave me time to be with myself, to reflect without judgment. I started appreciating the simple moments: sunlight filtering through trees, birdsong in the morning, the quiet calm of empty streets. It reminded me to slow down and enjoy life rather than rushing from one task to the next. I felt more gratitude, more joy, and even a sense of hope I hadn't felt in years. I also began noticing how much social connection mattered. I'd occasionally meet neighbors or friends on my walks, and even brief conversations lifted my spirits. It made me realize that walking wasn't just about my body or mind. It was a small bridge to community and human connection, which becomes even more important as we get older. Walking gave me a sense of control over my own mental health. I no longer felt as trapped by stress, anxiety, or fatigue. It reminded me that at 57, I still have the power to shape how I feel each day, and that taking small, consistent steps can make a real difference. My mind feels sharper, calmer, and more resilient than it has in years. Every morning as I lace up my shoes and step outside, I'm not just moving my body, I'm strengthening my mind, and in doing so, I'm creating a brighter, more balanced life for myself. When I think about the long-term effects of walking, I realize it's more than just strengthening my body or calming my mind. It's about life itself. At 57, I can feel the years moving faster than I'd like. Friends talk about aches, illnesses, and fatigue as if they are unavoidable, and I used to fear that too. But walking has shown me that there is a real, tangible way to invest in my future, to add years to my life with quality, not just with numbers. Every step I take feels like a small but powerful promise to myself. I've learned that walking regularly reduces risks that often come with age: heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and even some forms of cancer. It strengthens muscles, bones, and joints, making everyday activities easier and safer. But more than that, it teaches consistency and patience, qualities that build resilience over time. I feel a quiet confidence knowing that I am actively protecting myself from ailments that might otherwise slow me down. I also noticed that walking supports my immune system in ways I hadn't expected. On days when I was tempted to stay inside because of fatigue or bad weather, I forced myself out, and over time I experienced fewer colds, quicker recoveries, and a general sense of vitality. It's as if my body remembers each walk and rewards me for it, quietly reinforcing the habit that keeps me healthier as I age. I'm no longer passive about aging. I'm participating in it actively, shaping how I grow older. The beauty of walking for longevity is that it's sustainable. Unlike extreme diets or high-intensity exercise programs, it doesn't burn you out or leave you in pain. It fits into daily life, can be adapted to any pace, and can be enjoyed alone or with others. I've found that it's not about how fast or far you go. It's about showing up consistently day after day, step after step. That simple, steady commitment is what builds lasting health. I've also discovered that longevity isn't just physical. It's emotional and mental too. Walking gives me time to reflect on my life, to process experiences, and to feel gratitude for what I have. I've learned that stress and unhappiness can age us just as quickly as physical ailments. By walking daily, I nurture a sense of well-being that reinforces every other healthy habit I maintain. My mood is more stable, my mind more alert, and I feel capable of tackling challenges rather than being weighed down by them. Even socially, walking has extended my world. I meet neighbors, friends, and even strangers, sharing smiles and brief conversations that lift my spirits. These interactions remind me that longevity isn't just about the body or the mind. It's about connection, purpose, and living fully. Each walk is a chance to engage with the world in a way that enriches my life and strengthens my sense of community. Now, as I reflect on the years I've walked, I see that this simple habit has transformed me completely. I don't just move my body, I honor it. I don't just pass the time, I invest in my future. I don't just think, I nurture my mind and spirit. Walking has become my foundation for a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. I feel stronger, sharper, and more alive than I did in my early 50s, and every morning when I step outside, I am reminded that longevity is built one step at a time. I can confidently say that walking after 50 is not just exercise, it's a declaration. That I care for myself, that I value my future, and that I am committed to living fully, healthily, and joyfully for years to come. Each step is proof that age doesn't define limits. It defines opportunity, and I intend to make the most of every one of them.